I went and did it. I started another project, another new project. I should finish one of these projects one of these days. That's what I should do. Oh well, we're going to start a new one. We're going to start the mini tractor. Yep, I'm building a mini tractor. Hopefully I can finish it. Alright, bye. Okay, that's how it's supposed to fit. I'm trying to fit each of these corners so that this is level with this. So I'm close, and then they'll cut a little bit more, I think. Yep, need to cut a little bit more. Getting there. A little at a time. Bye. Okay, the project is getting going. The mini tractor. I got the frame started. It's 20 inches wide by a little over 50 inches long, using some pretty thick steel angle instead of what he did a box section, but this is what I have, and this stuff is heavier duty than the stuff he was using. So I've got everything started on the main frame. The two legs right there are 6 inches long for the steering, and it'll be like a tube that goes underneath there. I'm going to recess that a little bit, maybe about like 3 or 4 inches on each side, but the tube will go out at least as wide as a frame. And then I'm thinking of using like wheelbarrow wheels, so it won't be as tall as his is, but just as long as it rolls and it functions. And the motor will be up front, so we shall see if I can actually get this thing working. Alright, bye. Check it out. I think going through my junk around the yard here, an old mower, but look at this, a steering wheel. That would go perfect on a mini tractor. I mean, the engine's no good, I would imagine no good, but I'm going to steal parts off of this thing. An old Sears steering wheel. I'm going to steal everything I possibly can off of this thing. The dash. And check out this cover here. If I can make this thing, cut it down, whatever works. It'd be a true mini tractor. Look at the front of this thing. Whoa. See the front of this thing? Check it out. The mini tractor. This is going to go on the front end right here. This is the pieces the 6 inches right here, and I added a cutoff piece. I want to trim that flush with that edge right there, like the other side. But this is going to go on the front of the tractor here. Yeah, I'll show you here in a second. Okay, here's the front of the tractor, 20 inches wide, and this piece is going to go right here, just like that. 3 inches from the end, so that lines up with there, and each end is going to go right by my left wrist here, below my watch, will be the steering knuckle. So it's coming together. I'm getting better at these things, you know, especially whenever I use the design of someone else's, but I'm still not 100% on the motor of this, on the engine of this thing. So we shall see. We shall see what God provides me. Alright, bye. Okay, here's the front end. of the mini tractor, it tacked a little bit, enough to hold it on. It's not gonna come off, that's for sure. But at first I was thinking of like, I put like a bracket on each end and get those wheelbarrow tires and wheels down at Harbor Freight. Then I was thinking, like I always do, I was thinking, well, what do I have? Do I have to buy anything? And what I've got is one of these that my next door neighbor gave me years ago. It's a little tiny 12-inch wheel. But I say, well, he's thinking, well, what good is that going to do you? What if I maybe a change of plan? Maybe this thing can go right in the middle, have like a 3-wheeler, and turn like that, you know, and be sharper turns. I'm kind of liking that idea. And then you wouldn't have the wheel out so far. The wheel is going to be out, so it'd be really out farther. I like the idea of it back further. I don't know what it's gonna mess me up engine wise, but I might just go for this idea. I like this idea. All right, bye. And check it out, I'm drastically changing this concept here. A little mock-up. 2 wheels I'm planning on for the back. Just a 20-inch bicycle wheel. And I'll have to go up higher with that. The front end's too low, obviously. But there's the 1 wheel. But that looks cool. And then they'll change. The motor won't be in the front anymore. Motor's going to be back over here. And with a seat like right a little bit back behind, mid-span. But I'll still have the cover over it. Oh, that's pretty cool. This will be different, that's for sure. Okay. Here's my swivel seat. Started life as a rocking chair, swivel. Ends up being the base for a chair for a mini tractor. So you see what I did there? Because these pieces right here were at a 90-degree right here. So I said, why not I just cut it? I cut it and twisted it. And I cut another little piece off it. That's why all these little spare little pieces down here, because I cut off 1 inch off the legs to make it work out, so I didn't have to cut off the bar that was riveted on that plate. So it worked out pretty good. So my next idea is, why do I want to weld that in place? I'll make it adjustable. So my next idea is I'm going to take one of these pieces right here, and I'm going to weld like a 3/8 inch nut to it, and then weld each piece on the bar, and so you can slide the seat one way, front or back, and then you clamp down on the bolt. It's gonna clamp onto that plate. So it'll give me a little wiggle room, like 4 or 5 inches, that I can adjust the seat forward or backwards. I thought it was pretty clever. We shall see how it will work out. All right, bye. Well, I'm doing multiple projects at the same time as usual. Working on my rear deck lid with the luggage rack, and trying to clean it up using this stuff. This old product, the pink stuff, the Miracle Cleaning Paste. But it's a little dried up. But I'm just breaking off chunks of it. And it's actually doing some good, because I used a pressure washer on it on this last night. It's like caked with like a filmy stuff. But you can see where it cleaned a little bit. So I'm working on this next. Hopefully it cleans up a lot better. But it's slowly getting there. Right, bye. Well, this is the after shot of the AMX rear deck lid. It looks better. I need to do some wet sanding on this thing, and that front edge or the back edge of the deck lid, I have to finish that still. I've done a little bit of work, but not completely. So work in progress. But that's gonna go one of these days onto that bad bear. So we shall see. Alright, bye. We're still going on the mini tractor. I cut one side. I started both sides. You know, like an outside connection for the bicycle wheels I'm putting on. There's the wheels right there. So I got a piece that I had already, and so mounted up to a piece of square tubing, and I put a washer on the end of that square tubing with a welded nut on the inside. So that connection right there is just a bolted connection. But I started thinking about that whenever you get some action on it, plus I'm going to have another support, like a triangle support, to help stiffen it up, front and back, on both sides. Whatever I do here, I'm going to emulate on the other side. But I started thinking about that connection right there. Might not be the best, because it might want to turn, because it's at a center point right there. So I'm going to put like a piece of metal. I'm going to weld on each side of it, just go out on each side of it, so it doesn't have a place to turn. So help prevent that action. But making some progress, having some ideas in mind. So we'll see where it goes. Alright, bye. Well, I'm finally getting close to having the back two wheels on. I've got the horseshoe shape going around. I ended up going with support from just the back, because I know I was not going to get my way for the seat, you know, because the seat's going to be in here somewhere, and so I didn't want a brace blocking me from sitting down, but probably wouldn't be in the way. But I played it safe and just put it on the back side. And then the problem I'm having now is whenever you start clamping down on it, the wheel wants to pull out. So I'm trying to put this keeper on. So I have to drill a hole for this piece to go into. So this will prevent that axle from walking out. So I'm working on it. So, and I got an idea for the front. So wish me luck. Bye.